feelings hurt. Read this.
Whoa,
Welcome
hey.
to
Whoa.
Karman Line.
Zoom,
Welcome
zap,
to Zoom, Zap, Zip, Zip, Zap.
Whoa.
Whoa!
That's what happens after you watch an IBK Productions video.
Yes, that is
Right?
accurate. Yeah.
IBK.
And-
IBK spells whoa.
What is this, Kenny?
Oh, this is Clisser.
Ew.
What is Clisser?
Ew.
Karman Line short review.
Ew.
Not sure I like that acronym. That's a weird acronym.
Well, once you get Clisser, you can't get rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oof.
It sort of stays with you forever.
There's no cure?
Nope.
Is there anything else that this is?
Anything else?
Yeah.
Do you mean the only place in the universe where you can watch 3 cursed filmmakers reviewing your user-submitted short films?
You know what, guys?
That's what I meant, yeah.
I'm not cursed.
You have like denial?
No, I've just accepted the situation, and this is my new reality.
Oh, okay.
I no longer see this as a curse.
I see. How do you define curse?
So today we have a short film called Drive Safe,
Okay, cool.
From IBK.
directed by Brandon
yeah.
G.
Brandon G.
This is a big deal.
IBK
Game
is
changer.
Inderdeep, and I believe if we are guessing the acronym is IBK, Inderdeep, Brandon, and
Some other guy
the
with
guy,
a K name.
and K.
Yeah,
Kenny.
yeah, who's we've seen in
Kenny.
the credits a few times in other films. But we have gotten many IBK films, and
All of them have been
Have
Inderdeep
been
films
Inderdeep
thus
films,
far.
yeah.
This is our first Brandon-directed film.
yes,
And every IBK film is a delight, I must
yes,
say.
in some way or another.
In some way, delights
Yes.
us.
Yes.
All right. Let's
Let's
get
do
going.
this.
Please watch the movie in the link in the description if you'd like to know the
Click
context.
the link. You
of-
don't watch it in the description. There's a link. You
There's a
click
link, you
on it.
click on the link.
It'll take you to
It
the
takes you
place
to the movie.
Link?
to watch the movie.
And then you watch the movie, yeah. And if that link doesn't work, there's
Usually it's
another link
highlighted
below
or underlined text.
it. Right, it's blue.
Sometimes it's blue when you
But
s-
if when you
Put
visit
your
it's
cursor
purple,
over it.
it turns into a little
turns
hand.
like a little clicky
But
hand.
but also you're not moving a cursor. 'cause
Why
it's
is it
probably on your
blue?
phone?
Why is
some links are blue.
Hypertext markup language.
it hypertext?
Yeah. Okay, so now they know what links are.
Good.
Good.
We can move on.
I still don't really know. No.
Doesn't matter to you. You're in a void. No one cares about
Yeah,
you.
it's fine.
First impressions.
Mm.
What are our first impressions of Drive Safe?
May I?
You may.
I love this movie. I had a great time.
Cool.
I had a great time. Now I now have an audience context for IBK films.
Right. So we've seen a lot of them. So
Yeah, so I'm no longer an objective observer. I'm a little
A little bias.
You're a little biased
A little
now.
skewed.
Yeah.
little biased, a little skewed. Well, yeah. I mean, to me, IBK is over the top in terms of dramatic performance, and there was a ton of that on the screen in this film. And the story just sort of meanders all over into strange
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
Very much like I don't know. It had a sort of a Coen Brothers-esque
A little bit.
feeling
that's kind of funny.
A little bit. Yeah.
to the story itself. Yeah, I had a good time. I mean, we will nitpick it to death
Yeah.
before this session is through.
I
But
mean, it's what we do. So
But hey, looks like you had a great time making this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much totally agree. I thought this was quite entertaining. It took a little bit for me to get into it. Because it meanders for quite a while. Like the first, quarter of it is all meander, until the Uber Eats dude comes up who rants at them.
That
like,
was
that's
the
when
moment.
I
Me
got
too. I was like,
hooked in.
holy cow, this is amazing.
Yeah, it made me laugh really hard.
Bro, I fucking hate DoorDash. They always get my fucking order wrong. Oh my god, one of your guys' delivery drivers ate my fucking hot dog! What the hell? I paid like $8 for it! I gotta get the fucking work!
yeah,
That was just so absurd.
that was
Yeah.
great. It was fantastic.
And I'm glad that the story did end up going somewhere,
Dude, look at his name.
Name tag.
That's awesome.
I'm glad that the
he
story
went
did end up.
insane. He started screaming at them about a
They ate his hot
DoorDash
dog.
guy ate his hot
Ate
dog.
his hot
Yeah.
dog. Yeah, that was awesome.
And
Karma
yeah,
gets him in the end, though.
thought it was fun. There's a lot to talk about. So.
My first impression, definitely same as you guys. I really liked it. I was laughing so much at this part, and then laughed quite a bit at the other jokes that they did, which I found kind of surprising because there's not a lot of short films that we see that have included jokes that all of us like. But I think it's because all of these were kind of plot jokes.
Yeah.
Which was really, really cool. So I thought this was genuinely well written and just a fun time. And like you said, there's some nitpicks that we could talk about, but other than that, yeah, pretty good, pretty fun. You want to get to our first topic?
Yeah,
I
let's
do.
jump into it.
First topic is writing.
Yes.
So let's talk about writing.
Okay. So it's actually kind of hard because this story was kind of just like nonsense.
It kind of was.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah, and I
so
think
like I don't know if how critical to be in terms. I mean, they didn't really. There's not like a setup and payoff.
this is interesting.
There's no real meaning.
It felt a lot like to me like I think IBK Productions' first film that they gave us, which was
My Guy Mordecai.
Yeah, and that was about two people trying to make it in the YouTube business.
Yeah, My Guy Mordecai had an objective.
Yeah,
To
it did.
achieve.
And this one, yeah, it
This
felt
one
more like
didn't.
that because it felt like two friends just experiencing something together.
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
And yeah, this one didn't have an objective,
Right,
which was
yeah.
weird.
I kind of came to the conclusion later on in the film, once it did start picking up, that I don't know if it was intentional or not, but my thoughts drifted to this being a kind of a day in the life sort of film.
Sort of a beach bum type.
Little
movie.
bit where it
Right,
is
right.
intentionally supposed to be like just meander a little bit and sit with the characters, but then it does kind of grow into. I think Coen Brothers is actually surprisingly
It is
fitting,
actually pretty fitting. Yeah. 'Cause
comparison.
when he's talking about karma and all that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the funniest thing, that he's all about like karma.
Yeah.
And then he's the one to suggest that they melt the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's funny because he justifies it because it was him. He was the bad karma giving to him.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
right.
the other guy was receiving his bad karma. Therefore, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's just what karma intended.
Yes, which is kind of funny to me.
I thought this was actually kind of neat because I've only used DoorDash as an app. I've never driven, for Uber or DoorDash or anything like that. So it was kind of cool to see a kind of like day in the life of someone who does this as a job. To me, it's always been like, oh, it's just someone who, gets money on the side for doing DoorDash. But this is like a requirement that this guy does because his dad tells him to, kind of thing.
Mm.
And I thought that was really interesting too. It was just a nice sense of realism there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like this movie did a good job at using what they had access to. So like, it's like we have a car, we have two friends. It's like, okay, well, we can write a story around an Uber Eats guy.
And I think
you know?
one of them or someone they know is a DoorDash person.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
they have the bag. That
Yeah.
red bag is what DoorDash people
Actually
have.
did. Yeah. And then also the turntables at the beginning is obviously like that's a pretty real deal setup right there. So
Yeah.
I imagine he's
That's his role.
actually a hobbyist DJ or
Right.
whatever.
And I like how they wrote that into the script.
Right. Yeah.
Where his friend is saying, oh, I'm not like you. I'm going to be some DJ someday.
Yeah.
Dude,
Some
that
famous
was
DJ.
absurd. Their escalating fight while he was driving.
Yeah.
Was freaking crazy.
It was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of this I really like because there's a lot of what we call genuity
Genuity.
in it.
Yes.
There's a lot of very real stuff happening. Not real as in like this happens in real life, but
No.
real because like it's from the mind of someone who's very real about it.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They're not trying to tell.
It's two
a fake.
people who are excited to be making a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you feel.
Yeah.
Like I could see them laughing a lot behind the scenes.
Right.
Like I
Right.
can feel that. This never comes back.
No.
I just realized
a story
that.
that's not paid at all.
Yeah.
That's weird.
But that's what I think you were going for. It's like,
The
man, you see the
meander.
weirdest things while door dashing.
Because that's like the Coen Brothers thing again too, where like
Yeah.
Coen Brothers do that kind of stuff.
They have this kind of absurdist kind of humor where, like, the guy who comes up to him and just starts screaming at him, Like, that's just not something that happens in real life.
Yeah.
But it's really funny.
Yeah, that literally like had me laughing out loud.
Yeah.
All three of us were laughing very loud at that.
Because there's, I mean, at some point, I'm sure somebody could just come over and be like, hey, I hate DoorDash. But to just go that absurd about it, just really
And you never understand why the guy is going like, what are you guys doing here? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like at first I'm like, oh, he must like work here. Like
That's
he'd
what I
be
was
the
thinking,
manager.
yeah.
But it looked like he was just crazy.
He's just some crazy dude.
And then later, and who likes to walk down the middle of the street at night, apparently.
I just love his passion. His impassioned speech here.
They roll up the
Just
window.
roll up the window, yeah.
He's like, bye.
He starts hitting the car. He's angry at DoorDash.
He's taking out all his frustrations.
It's so good. Maybe they were implying that he worked there because he had a name tag that said name tag. I feel like they filmed this on a real DoorDash run
They might have.
Oh, yeah.
because of the
Well, there's a creative challenge.
part right
it's
here.
It's like, man, just... He's like, man, Ender Deep, I wish we had time to make a movie these days, but I'm so busy running DoorDash. Well, let's make a movie while doing DoorDash.
That's so funny.
I think this is one of those productions where, like, the writing is good enough to where you don't really care about all the production stuff that's not happening. You know, you kind of you suspend your disbelief, I guess you could say.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the kind of filmmaking errors, like you know, not quite good not cinematography, but
Editing.
not quite good editing. You know, some overexposed shots.
Yeah.
Some stuff like that. It's just stuff that you don't really care about that much because you're so invested in the writing.
Yeah.
You know,
Can I nitpick real quick?
you can.
That montage of the DoorDash
Yeah.
deliveries where they, it's like time lapse and we crossfade and the passage of time is being implied.
Mhm.
And then we cut to or fade to a black screen where it says 2 hours later.
Yeah.
It's redundant. The
It-
time was
it
already
is.
implied.
It's
that it
already
passed.
implied.
Yeah. You don't have
Yeah.
to doubly imply it.
Yeah. Also, it was kind of silly to have an animated title. When
Yeah.
All you're saying is 3 words and.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was also no reason to drop the music.
Oh, yeah.
So they had like music behind that time-lapse scene.
Right.
If you would have played it through the black frame and the title reveal and brought the music out after that, it would have made that feel a lot smoother.
Yeah.
Instead, it felt like whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
2 hours later.
What about the plot here, or the weirdness of the plot?
Yeah, there's no like the plot isn't a part of this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
I mean, it felt like they're setting up a plot when they're like, "Oh, someone was murdered here,"
Right.
but then it was like just on to the next thing.
Right. Well, okay.
Yeah.
And then they hit that guy and.
There were a lot of like little things that felt like setups that weren't. Like when they got in the car and he's all like, "Since when did you smoke?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've always smoked." And then they're like, and that didn't matter.
Yeah. It didn't really come
Right.
back.
Right.
And then the first restaurant they go to, he's like, "Are you gonna come in?" He's like, "No, I just don't feel like it.
Stay in the car. Yeah.
I'll stay in the car." And then it felt like really significant, but then nothing.
But then nothing about it. Yeah.
He's just lazy.
Yeah. Maybe it was. Maybe that's a directing kind of thing.
My favorite gag in this movie is him saying he knows a place of where to ditch the body, and it's in his neighbor's
His backyard. I loved that. I also loved how at the end, after they did this horrible thing, that he's just like, "I'm sorry, man," and we have this very
Yeah. Over the tub of
Sentimental.
dissolving human, they're all like, "Maybe you should go back to school."
right.
Yeah.
He's like, "That'd be great. We could dorm together."
That's so funny.
That was good.
I love that. I like the line when they hit him and Brandon's like, "How are we gonna get rid of the body? What can we do? Should we bury it?" And he goes, "Do we eat it?"
Yeah,
He just,
yeah,
like,
I love
thinks about that.
Yeah, do we eat it? No. Yeah,
I want to hang out with these guys.
it's funny. It's funny stuff. That's my transition sound.
The makers of this program would like to interrupt this program to talk about their other programs. Go D.
If you happen to be a filmmaker and you've made a short film and you want to hear us talk about it, you can submit it to us via the link in the description.
And if you love what you are seeing here and want to dive deeper into making better movies, you need to join us at our Facebook group, The Kármán Line Cult. There, we have daily discussions about filmmaking, we have weekly live streams, and all kinds of other cool cult-like activities.
And now back to the program.
Cinematography. What are you looking at?
Oh, an icon just appeared above me here.
Oh.
Not sure what that's about.
Oh.
Oh, I get it. It's like
Because that's what we're
gonna
talking
talk
about.
cinematography.
Why is it there?
We're talking about cinematography.
Don't
Is
worry.
it going to stay there?
It's going to say that the whole time.
That is extremely annoying.
So
very
there's
annoying.
not a ton to talk about with regard to cinematography.
There's-
Cinnamon
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon toast? Cinnamon toastrophy?
Cinematography.
Cinematostrophy.
But
There's some unmotivated shots that I want to talk
can we
about.
talk about the behind the grass shot?
Yes, actually, that's the best example of the whole.
Yeah, that one's pretty
That's the one.
Yeah.
superfluous.
So, well, there is a purpose to do a shot like this,
Not in this case, though.
but they didn't have that purpose.
They did, but they didn't have one.
Yeah, the purpose would be to suggest maybe a sense of being watched from a very low perspective.
Well, there's countless reasons why you would do a shot like this
Or-
in any given film, right? Like
There's
it,
a
could,
ton,
it
yeah.
could be thematic, it could be
Sure, right,
perspective,
yes.
it could be
Tonality.
anything. But in this case, it's more like we have a shallow depth of field. Isn't that cool?
That's kind of what it feels like. And it's
Yeah.
because, it doesn't agree with the tone
Yeah.
or the theme because this isn't really. One, it's not voyeuristic because we're behind something that's very little.
Yeah,
Right, that's not no one's
You can't
hiding behind
hide
that
it.
Right.
blade of grass.
And it's not thematic and it's not tonally acceptable because we've been laughing this whole time.
Yeah, it's completely out of. There's
Yeah.
never been a shot like this in the whole film.
I felt like it was the perspective of a rabbit.
Yeah,
That's what you inferred
Yeah, a rabbit is watching them. Is that a toilet?
in the back?
Yeah, right there.
on the right.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Let's see, that looks rather
looks
toilet
like it.
shaped.
I wanted to talk about also
No.
another shot.
No,
D, you're not allowed.
Oh, I'm not allowed to talk about
No.
shots?
you are silenced.
This whole sequence when he goes
Cool
out to
Star
the
Wars
car,
posters.
this was something I actually did a lot. So there was a cut there
Oh, we're in editing now.
to show him. There's a shot where this is the center of the frame,
Yeah,
and
Look, DoorDash.
yeah, it achieved what it needed to do. I just thought it was very overt. I don't know. It didn't seem like it was necessary to have something that
this one too.
close up, and this right here because this looks like a hype beast video.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put on my awesome kicks.
Right. Yeah, and then cut back out to a wide. It's odd. It's odd.
there's a lot of extra shots that just really don't need to be there.
Right. And I know what they're doing is they're establishing certain things, but whereas the
Establishing
DoorDash
that he wears shoes.
yeah, well that's the thing is like the DoorDash thing I could understand. It's just a bit awkward of that shot, but this shot just unnecessary. I don't need to know that he's putting on Nikes.
No, you need to know that.
Or even see that he walks out the door.
in,
you know,
in
Right.
this house,
Right.
we don't wear shoes.
Yeah. In fact, when he walked out the door and left it open, I thought it meant something.
I thought it was a character thing. It's
Right.
like, yeah, he just doesn't care. So
Right.
his dad has to.
And
shut
so his
the
dad
door.
came, but his dad said drive safe, and I think that was basically the
Oh
call.
yeah, you had to say the title of the movie.
The title of the movie.
Like-
and then this shot.
Man, that's hot. It looks like it's 200 degrees there.
Yeah, I didn't understand the purpose of it, other than seeing him walk to the car and
So
rack
hot.
focus.
like you could have cut from
This
back.
was another one. It looked like, oh yeah, here's a
Oh yeah, that they
here's a
had.
clue
shot.
of something important.
Yeah.
Look at the scratch on my door.
Go back further. Go
Oh,
back to
yeah,
where
I
he
forgot
picks
about
up the DoorDash bag, basically.
Right.
Like you could have gone from here. You could have cut to
From
this
there.
and then cut immediately out
To the
Yeah,
car.
to the car. Yeah, yeah. We don't need any of
Good
this.
point.
Thank you.
That's a good
Congratulations.
cinematography.
Thanks,
subject.
man.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I respect you.
Thanks.
Hey, congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, guys, for all your support.
You shouldn't have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Um,
We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back.
Oh.
So yeah. So the shot here, where we cut to, I'm gonna go into a little bit of editing. I'm sorry. We cut.
Should we change the icon?
Okay, let's do it real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so just editing real quick. This part where he passes the what is this? A side mirror.
Yeah.
And then we cut to where he's not past it, and it felt weird. It felt like he traveled back in time a little bit.
Ooh, yep.
That's interesting.
That's just
Good nitpick, D.
That's a great nit to pick, right?
Yep. You picked a good one. Picked
So
a good nit
it
there.
just- it just
Yep.
felt
Did not
bad.
match.
And then that shot also.
Yeah, that was just weird. Hey, look, scratches on my car.
Yeah. So then the close up of the scratches, you have close ups to show something.
To say this matters.
This matters.
Turns out, doesn't. Or is it suggesting he's hit lots of people with his car?
Right. Well, so it's suggesting that he's a bad driver, that he's not driving safe, right?
Or someone sideswiped him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but his accident in the movie doesn't appear to have anything to do with how he drives.
Right.
It's because they're having
Well,
a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's
Although,
true. Yeah.
There is a shot where it looks like he drives right through a stop sign while he's talking with Ender Deep. I saw
That's
this
funny.
red pentagonal shape go right by.
Octagon.
No, it was a 5-sided stop sign.
Really?
They're rare. They have them in Bakersfield only.
Huh?
Yeah. In Bakersfield, the stop signs have 5 sides.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch. It's in this sequence. They're right here. Watch.
Oh, maybe that was intentional.
Maybe. They don't stop.
He doesn't
man.
stop.
He
Oh, there's
goes
another
right
one.
through stop signs.
There's another one
They're
back
just
there.
going through stop signs.
So there's another one right there.
But that's before they start yelling at each other.
Yeah, it is. That's funny.
Though so when he goes out and he looks at the scratch and he puts his hand on it, he goes, "Ah, man, the scratch."
Yeah.
That implies that he saw it for the first time, which means somebody sideswiped him in his driveway right next to the bush.
I think what
that
it
was a keying.
yeah, it was supposed
Somebody
to.
keyed it.
It was supposed
Someone
to
keyed
show
it
the
just like that,
audience.
just like this.
It was supposed to show the audience, yeah, that he's a bad driver. I think that's what it's supposed to show.
But if you did some damage like that, you wouldn't notice it when
Right,
it happened.
you
If
would
he's
notice
really
it.
bad,
Yeah, I
If
guess
he's
so.
really bad, he wouldn't notice.
I
he's
guess
driving
so.
high. He's been smoking.
Oh,
smoking
let's
those giant.
Change that icon back to
Oh yeah,
cinematography.
good. You can't forget that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Doints.
Big old doints.
Big old doints.
Big old doinks.
Anything else to say about cinematog?
Boy, we got some really blown out backgrounds.
Yeah, there's some overexposed
That's
stuff
probably
going
just
on
what
quite
the camera's capable
frequently,
of.
you know. Throw on an ND filter maybe.
Look at this.
What would
guy.
an ND filter do?
I don't know.
Make it better?
How
Yeah,
would you
just
how
make
would
it
you get
better.
the shot?
I would balance the sunlight by blowing the crap out of. That's not what I wanted to say.
I'm gonna blow the crap out of him.
Blow the crap out of the. Blow the crap
Hey,
out
man,
of.
switch.
Blow the crap out of.
To each their own. We
I
could.
blow a lot of light into there.
Yeah, you'd light this guy
Light
up.
it up,
Light him
Light
up.
him up
Hell yeah.
to try to match the sunlight, but of course you can't do that. So I just wouldn't
Except you
shoot in-
could.
I just wouldn't shoot in that area.
You could bring out a big old light.
If you don't have a light, you don't have a light.
You get lights, man.
Or yeah, that is kind of tricky, I guess.
You got to build a gigantic butterfly to cover the whole neighborhood.
That's incredible.
They did that on Westworld.
And in Memoirs of a Geisha.
Yeah. That's funny because they both were for scenes that took place in a Japanese village.
Japanese villages are always.
That's how you get the Japanese village.
That's the Japanese look.
Yeah.
Japanese village look.
Yeah. If you want to do Japanese, you got to
Butterflies.
diffuse that sunlight.
Yeah.
Anywhere?
Yeah. The in Japan, all sunlight is diffused.
It was diffused all the
Wow.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
In
fantastic.
Japan. Yeah.
They probably have
They have-
less
That's why they call it
skin
Japanese
They
light.
have a
cancer.
giant disc floating above the island of Japan.
Like a physical disc, plastic.
Yes.
Like
It's
man-made
latex, nylon, spandex,
spandex.
cotton, one of those. Muslin,
Like a big bed sheet.
Cheesecloth.
Cheesecloth.
cheesecloth, bubble wrap. You can do bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
What's it called? What's that stuff called?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's the
that-
one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
how
yeah.
it
You know
is.
what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
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 Next topic.
I don't think there is another one.
Oh shoot, we only have 2 topics for this
Yeah.
one.
How about
Oh,
Genuity?
I thought this was weird.
Two nudies.
Let's
that
talk
topic.
about
The
Genuity.
Genuity topic. I thought this was weird.
Yeah, do you make acid by mixing with water?
What was the point of them filling these up?
I don't know.
Why didn't you just pour over the biohazard on them.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
I
a
don't
very
know. You have to
real
dilute
reason. Yeah,
the acid so it doesn't
serious,
melt
chemistry
the
going on.
body too fast.
Does hydrofluoric acid is it very?
It needs to be mixed with a ton of water.
Water soluble.
What category are we in right now?
This is the hydrofluoric acid
Hydrofluoric acid category.
category. Yeah.
Why not?
Cool.
Why not?
Look, having worked with many types of acid, I must say this is wrong.
That's wrong?
That's just not right.
What?
Like
That is
morally?
No, morals are
morals are
fine.
Oh, okay.
Morals are fine.
They did it because of karma. So the morals are fine.
Oh, right. They are the bad karma.
They are doing their role as deliverers
Of karma.
You know-
That's beautiful.
Actually,
Yeah,
this
right? But
this
the
movie-
acid mixing is wrong.
If this
That's not a
Gotcha.
thing.
Factually.
if this was titled Karma or something like that, I think that'd be more thematically.
Nope. Drive
appropriate.
safe. Perfect name.
Thematically appropriate.
That's actually kind of an interesting idea for a movie. Deliverers of karma.
People who give karma.
Yeah. People who
I
like
feel like that's been done.
are like
I
prophets
feel like we've
of
reviewed
karma.
a movie like that.
Did we? Copyrighted.
So,
Kármán Studios. Wow. Too bad the
You're
cameras
losing
couldn't
it,
see
man.
what just happened. That
You
was
are losing it, man.
Who?
You.
What?
You.
When?
Are losing it.
Where?
Now.
Why?
I don't know.
Shall we move on to questions?
Yes, please.
What?
It's question time. Everybody knows what that is. You ask some questions to filmmaker. You put it in the comments. Put some questions in there. We'll ask some questions to filmmakers too.
Wow, that was super clear.
It's
but
not-
just in case you didn't get it,
Okay, now it's question time.
question
Oh,
time.
I preempted.
Yeah, you kind of jumped the gun there.
Sorry.
Viewers, this is the time where we talk directly to the filmmaker. In this case, it's IBK Productions or Brandon.
Yeah, we'll go Brandon. We'll let Ender Deep chime in too if he wants.
IBK. I meant
So-
IBK has always
You know, whoever the
responded.
K guy is, him too.
So if you guys who are not the filmmakers, if you want to ask questions, this would be the time. You can go to the comments, ask some questions to the filmmaker themselves, or give us tips and tricks and pro tips and life hacks.
What do you
That's
ask?
it. If you agree with us or disagree with us, you can put those in the comments also. Let's go on to questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have questions?
Yeah. I got questions.
And go ask some questions.
Sure. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Were we right in our assumption that this was shot during an actual DoorDash run? Question 1. Because that's cool. Question 2. What have you been shooting your movies with? You spend a lot of time under the harsh, unforgiving sunlight of Bakersfield. I mean, the movies have a look. They have a look, and there's always these blown out backgrounds. I just want to get something with some more dynamic range in their hands badly. Oh, we've got some butterflies. And we're stuck in a void. We can't use them. We could use our butterflies next time. Why don't you use our butterflies? They help. That's a question.
What is IBK Productions? Is that just basically you three collaborating and making films with each other? Or
That.
what is your vision with that? And what does that all mean to you? I'm very curious about your production house little thing going on.
Same.
What was the idea with the dead person inside the house? Was that supposed to be like a plot thing, or was that just because you thought it'd be interesting to have just randomly a dead person inside the house, or someone who looked like they were dead?
Did you have a meaning, some kind of meaning that you wanted to come through in this film, or is it pure meandering?
I think that's about it.
Cool. Thanks for sending us your film, man.
Yes,
As
thank you.
always, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, IBK Productions, Brandon, Ender Deep, and
K.
And
K.
K.
what's it? Kyle, Kevin, Kenny, Kendrick,
Kendrick.
Bye, guys.
Okay, bye.
Kent.